Hi everyone, so at Lily and Anna's meetup I purchased the Nars All Day Luminous Weightless foundation. I wanted to share my high-end foundation routine with you today and also include like a demo and review of the new foundation. I'm gonna give the foundation a good shake. It comes with a pump, which is great because previous Nars foundations didn't. So the pump size is tiny, it's literally a pea size amount, which is great because the foundation is quite dense and you can get a decent amount of coverage with, I would say, 2 pumps. So I'm going to start off with that amount. I personally prefer to use the Real Techniques buffing brush to apply it, so I just get a little bit on the brush and just start blending it in. It blends really smoothly. It still looks like skin, but it manages to like really perfect the skin, evens skin tone. My shade is Deauville, which is light 4, which is nice and yellow, which is my preferred tone of foundation always, because it really like brightens my skin, and I have struggled with like blotchiness and redness on my face, you might be able to tell. So a nice yellow tone works really well for me. So you can see I've just covered half my face with one of the pumps on the back of my hand, and that gives a really nice medium coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the other side, but I just wanted you to see like the difference it makes. But it isn't too kind of cakey looking or anything. It definitely doesn't really look like you've built it up on the skin. My skin is still looking really natural, it still looks like skin, it's not like a mask of thick makeup on my face. It feels really lightweight, but for the amount of product I've used, which was tiny, it's covered so much. However, it is a really great buildable foundation, which is what I personally love in a foundation. I do like wearing it like this during the day. So this is how I would wear it during the day if I was just out and about and I just wanted my skin to look nice and kind of flawless but not too heavy. Whereas if I was going on a night out or in the evening and there was going to be photographs, or I was wearing like a smoky eye or a red lip and I really wanted my skin to be completely perfected, you can go in with more and get a much more full coverage. So that's what I'm going to do now, and I'll show you. It builds really well without looking cakey. It's the best thing ever. So I'm going to go in again with maybe just one more, maybe like 1.5, like a little dribble. Yeah, that should be more than enough. And then I'm going to concentrate this bit of product where I want more coverage. So for me, that's always like the centre of my face. And then up along my cheek where I get a little bit of redness and blotchiness. So I'm just going to start building it up, and you'll see it still blends in really well and builds without looking cakey, but it's still giving you that really perfected full coverage. You can see just from putting that tiny bit on how much of a difference it makes. It still looks really natural, it still has like a nice glow to it. I'm normal combination, but I think this would work well with normal combo oily skin. It's one of those foundations that might stick to a few dry patches, so maybe just be careful if you have dry skin. You might need to use a primer underneath it, or make sure you're using lots of moisturiser. But for me, on my normal combo skin, it blends perfectly. If you don't have particularly bad dark circles or blemishes or anything, you definitely could skip concealer with this because it is really perfecting, like I've said. Even like around my nose I would usually put a lot of concealer, but I don't really need it. It's just one of those foundations that kind of does it all for you. And it also lasts really well throughout the day, I find. So I'll finish up with a little bit of the Nars Creamy Concealer, and I find with this the best way to blend it in is with my finger. I've not found a brush that works better than my finger yet with it, because I just feel like you kind of lose the pigment a bit if you use a brush, because you're disturbing the way you've placed the product too much. So I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup and then I will come back and kind of share my final thoughts on this foundation. I'm done with the rest of my makeup and I took a picture for you with the flash on so you can see what this looks like in a flash photography. I think it looks really good, it doesn't flash back or look ghostly. So overall I would definitely recommend this foundation. I'm seriously impressed by it. I think it looks really nice on the skin. It kind of ticks all the boxes for me. It lasts all day, it covers, it feels lightweight. You are getting the new technology that goes into these kind of liquidy foundations. The YSL one is similar as well, I think, in that it's a liquid but it really covers and looks flawless. So you're getting that lightweight feel but you're still getting the coverage you want. If you work long hours you will love this because it literally looks just as perfect at the end of the day as when you applied it in the morning. So I really hope you found this foundation demo review helpful. I don't usually do stuff like this, so I'm a bit like stumbling over my words. Let me know what you want to see next. I would love to know your recommendations and I will see you in my next one. Bye!